All right, guys, good morning to you, everybody. Today is the 29th of July, 2025. Crazy Market Talk with KEL. Crazy, where logic meets profit. Now, today's session will be very interesting, so stay tuned and listen to me and what I have to offer for you. Now, before that, as well, disclaimer apply as usual because we need you to understand that it's important to do risk management. And of course, after the second half, we will do the review of the DAX market. All right, today you see how we traded DAX yesterday using the CRAZII system. All right, so let's go into the macro picture as usual for today. All right, guys, so what we have for the macro picture, last night the S&P 500 closed slightly little change as EU trade deal failed to spark rally. Now, this was something that I told you guys that most likely there will be no sparks from the EU deal because though it is a 30% down to a 15%, but still it's still a 15%. So it's still going to hit the market and people will still have to suffer for that. Okay, that's something that you must understand. All right. So what we now are looking forward is that there will be a slew of data coming in. We know that about 150 companies in S&P has posted their earnings, and of course, majority of them hit the target. But of course, those targets were reduced targets. Yeah. Now we do know that we're going to have Meta and Microsoft coming out their earnings tomorrow, then followed by Amazon and Apple. Wait a minute, it's tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow, yeah. Then this Apple and Amazon on Thursday. So these two will be a very big one. Now, Meta should be doing well. Okay, Meta should be doing well. This Microsoft should be doing well. Amazon and Apple, right? I have my reservation, especially for Apple. I don't think Apple will do well, yeah, if you ask me. All right, now we also know that the Federal Reserve will have a two-day policy meeting concluding tomorrow. So tomorrow we will know what they're going to say. And will they be keeping interest rate? I think they will keep interest rate, but they will likely talk about the September meeting, which is a very high chance that they will reduce rate by September. Okay, this is how I see it. Okay. All right. Then, of course, on Friday, we have the non-farm payroll. All right. This Friday, we're going to see the non-farm payroll, whereby we're going to expect we're going to see a reduction of the data of jobs from 147,000 down to 100,000. And also on Friday, we also have the US president basically his deadline for the tariff for his trading partners. So this week is going to be a very cranky week, and I think that things will get very, very interesting next week onwards. Yeah. All right. So that is how I see it. Of course, we do have the job opening and labor turnover survey, or simply put, JOLTS, on Tuesday, which is today, and the ADP will be tomorrow. And the weekly jobless claim on Thursday. So this whole week itself is full of data and news. So the market is going to expect to be very interesting along the way. All right, take note of that. Now, the thing is this now everybody feels that the tariff is no longer scary because it seems that everybody accepted it, so it's no longer a fearful thing at the moment. Now, I really disagree to this point. I mean, think about this right now. If this pen that I'm holding out costs $1, and you're going to sell me a 115, all right? Would I be buying this pen? I don't think I may buy. All right. If this pen cost me $100 last month and about $115 now, I definitely will not buy this pen. So this 15%, although it's not like the 30% they're talking about, you're going to be hitting the consumer. I don't think I'll be buying this. So that is how I say that this whole thing is not going to turn out well. Now, of course, the thing is that I told you before, right? Because of the deal with Japan, the tariff deal will definitely become a what they call a issue for their own in-house companies. So the thing is this: the automakers brief a sign of relief after the president basically finalized a trade agreement and it's a bit of reduction. So everybody's happy, and I share with you why it's a reason. And because when you basically do that, all the extra costs that on Canada and other places are going to be more expensive, right? It will still hit the US instead. So actually, Japan actually benefited from it. Now, of course, the Chinese already mentioned that their export to US could decrease by $485 billion by 2027 through a tariff simulator. So which means that because of the tariff ongoing, right, they will rather do lesser export. So that is how it is. So that's why if lesser export, that means that there will be a shortage of goods. And again, if that happens and if the goods is necessary, then there will be inflation hitting America. So it's actually a very silly thing if you ask me yourself. But then again, this is US doing it right now. Now, gold price basically drops amid the strength of the US dollar. The US dollar strengthened a little bit yesterday. Let me just bring to you now. This US dollar now has a bit of reprieve because there should be no interest rate cut, right? So that's why the market bought the dollar ahead of the Federal Reserve meeting. So let me bring it to you right now. Okay, coming a bit slow at the moment due to the Zoom session. Normally it's quite fast if you do all this thing. Okay, so let's take a look. So the dollar recovers very strongly yesterday, up by almost 1% yesterday on some expectation that the no rate cut. So sorry, no rate cut means the dollar won't fall. Hence, therefore, players buy ahead of this. But again, this is just only temporary. I still believe that after a while later, we were still going to see the same thing happening again, whereby the market will actually fall back. I think that the dollar will just go a little bit and then it'll fall back down again to the 96 level that I think should happen within the next 4 to 8 weeks. Yeah, 96 level. Okay. All right. So that is the US dollar for us. Okay, so that will be all for the macro picture. Let's go into the micro picture now, which is the charts. Okay, so we have a very strong recovery now on the gold market at the moment. Wow, interesting. So now gold price has rebounded off now it's up above the opening price. The opening price for gold is 3314, and there's a very strong pivot at 3313. So when you see such a thing in gold, usually means that the market now is above OP and above pivot one. This is a classic buy signal. Yes, above OP is always a buy. I will suggest this many, many times to a lot of you guys. Yes, I know that the KSI is red. I know the KCX is blue, but the thing is this, above OP is always a buy. And down we have pivot coming in to support is a stronger buy. But because the KSI, the KCX are against us, we just have to trade small quantity. So example, maybe you can trade 0.50 because of the risk management calculation. But because of the KSI, KCX, you can reduce it down to 0.35 example. So you reduce your size just because you know that the boys are not with you. All right. So, but of course, you must calculate first. It will be the opening price. Sorry, my bad. You take your capital, then after that your bullet involved, yeah. So your bullet divided by your entry to stop loss divided by the contract value, you get your size. Okay, and then once you get your size itself, then this is called your regular size. But when you have a KSI, KCX against you, you can reduce your size further. I'll try to explain this later on when we do the DEX trade, then it'll be easier for all to understand. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so the thing is this right now, the KCB on the goal is 3317, which already breached already. So the next target it should be going for will be this 3345. Now, why I say that gold will go up to there eventually? Because I strongly believe tomorrow when the FOMC meeting is over, Jerome Powell will say that there will be no rate cut, but most likely there will be a cut in September. The market is always buying in anticipation. So, which means that if Jerome Powell do say that tomorrow, there will be a uptick on the gold price. Gold price will go up instead. Yeah. So take note of that. But of course, this is just macro picture. We still have to follow the micro, which is the OP rule. Yeah. That's very important. All right. All clear? All right. Now, what if the thing is this? What if gold comes down instead? All right. 1 minute. What if the gold price come down instead? Then where would it be going today? Now you can see on your screen is very simple, right? If the gold do come down today, then the downside can be as much as here, which is the 2275 level, which is stacked with the KCB. Now, would gold be able to come down so low? I don't think so. If you ask me, honestly, I don't think gold will come down so much. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Right, so that is my personal view on the goal at this moment right now. So if this is how I see it, just give a minute. There's some messages coming in because gold price is now moving. Usually when gold price move itself, I will have a lot of messages coming in asking me my position and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just going to answer them what I always do. Okay, I'm done with that. Okay. All right, so take note of that. Now, one thing to note, the gold price is DJDD today, Doji Directional Day. That means that today gold can either go all the way up or go all the way down. So number is clear. Upside is 3345. Downside 3275. Okay, so please take a picture right now on this and follow this trade. I'm going to take my shot myself. Okay, so if you know what to do, then just trade accordingly to plan. Okay, gold is going up. All right. Okay, next one will be the Dow Jones. As usual, we cover that. Okay, now Dow Jones is about the same thing. Let's take a look now. Now, Dow Jones this morning opening price. Okay, when you can't see the chart, what you need to do is just simple. Go to the chart, double click on any of the the, the numerics, just pull it away. Then you can separate between the MLP and OP. Yeah. Now the OP itself is 44840. The MLP is 44967. So the opening price today is below MLP. Okay, so we got the answer right now. If the market stays above OP, it will be going up, right? And where we go first, the first target will be the pivot 2 at 44931. Okay, 44931. And the next target will be MLP, which is at 44967. Okay, so the upside, we know what to do, right? Downside. Now, because the market opening price is already below pivot 2, right? Let's formulate the classic sell signal. So if the market do break below 44840, the low it can go, it should be able to go to the KCB, which is somewhere around here at 44553, 44553. Okay, so upside we will have 44931 for the Dow Jones. The downside we can even see 44553. And if the thing continue to fall, we can even see the MA30, which is 44423. All right. So these are how the thing will work in terms of hierarchy. If it goes up, where would it go? If it goes down, where will it go? So it's very simple to trade. You don't need to watch the whole day, the screen the whole day, unless you're doing 5 minute scalping. If you are talking about positioning as well, right, then upside is 44931, downside is 44553. So depending on which side you want to take, you want to take the market the sell side or take the market the buy side. Now it's very simple. When the market is above OP, right, the KSI, the KCX will become your pushing up factor. But if the market goes below OP, right, then of course you just have to take note that if the KSI and the KCX still stay bullish, you just have to reduce your size when you're trading the sell side today. Okay, now for me now, I'm basically so not doing anything here. I'm just watching the market. If the market do break below OP, then I will sell small. Okay, that's how I see it. Why am I doing not immediately? Because I am still watching the market. I'm doing Zoom session right now, so it's not in the best situation to do that. But if it'll be buyer itself, then 44931 should be the first target. Yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna move on. Now the next market I want to cover today is China market, right? Today tell you something different. Yeah. I know that people don't trade China market much, but you look carefully in China market, you can see that it's steadily going up. You look again, it's steadily going up. Now, I believe that China will benefit from the tariff because more countries will work with China. So today we have a 4 diamond here. So which means that we must put a the white line at the closing price of it, right? Okay, done. And of course, the market now has pushed up above the line and it's a buy. So I think the upside is pretty clear. We will see this number. Now cannot see, right? Same thing again. Take this away. 14044. Wow, 14044. Okay. So that means that if the China market index to stay above opening price and stay above pivot 1, we can see it going all the way to 44,044. Okay. Now the big boys are buying, but the retail not really. So that's why you have a bit of mixed blood here. So you have to trade small for this particular trade. Okay. All clear? If all clear, press number 1 right now. There are 20 of you here today. Thank you for coming in. Now, all these videos are all available in English and Chinese version on our Facebook members page. If you don't know where is it, Must contact this Susan to bring you in so that he can help you on that. Yeah. Okay, next market I'm looking at will be US crude oil. Thank you, Dylan, Jackson, ACS, Disha, and Coxing. Now this is the crude oil chart. Now same thing again. You don't see any diamond, don't worry. Just right click on it, get a refresh button, click on it. Yep, the diamond should be above here. So we have a new diamond today on crude oil. Everybody take a look here. Now you just have to put a line at the closing price, which is that the 6272, right? Yeah, perfect. So very, very simple. If the gold price can break above 6772, we could see it coming up all the way here, and that is the target board that you're looking for. So this number, the back itself, right? We're gonna check it out. The opening price. Okay, that will be, hey, sorry, being blocked. The opening price is 68.99. 68.99. Okay, one nice number. So which means that if there's gonna be a recovery on the US crude oil, the first target it will be is 68.99 level. Now, of course, if the market breaks below the MA, which is MA30 and MA200, and then also break MLP, the target itself will be a low end of 55, 65.87. Okay, so this one to take note of, yeah? Okay, hold on, give me a minute. Okay, so everyone take note of this crude oil price, yeah? Okay, now the next market that we're looking at right now will be this one, which is the currency market. Now, because of the US dollar going up, right, definitely as well, the dollar yen will also be moving up. And this is where it get very, very interesting. Everyone take a look. The US dollar now, the dollar yen is going up, right? But you can see that the KSI is staying red in color. The KSI stay red in color. And you can see that this is not a healthy sign. This is a very strong opportunity for potential elephant trade. Elephant trade is when the market is going upwards while the KSI is turning red. All right. So the other side of it itself, the same thing is that when the market is like coming down, but the KSI is green, the market usually will rebound. So for this case itself, right, most likely you will see there will be some selling on the dollar yen if it breaks down. So for today, the opening price is 148.41 and 45. The pivot 2 is at 148.36. So which means that if the market do break below OP and also below the pivot 2, there's a very, very high chance the market will tap to the MLP and it may even go lower going down to the MA 200 level. So guys, for those who trade the dollar yen or you want a dollar yen trade, you can look out for this. We may actually see this 147.41, okay, in the near term. Yeah, 147.41. Okay, I'll cover this tomorrow and hopefully you guys will benefit from it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this will be the end of this market talk session. Please stay tuned for the second half of we'll do about the DEX and I'll show you how to do the risk management and also on top of that I'll share something very interesting to all of you. So give me 1 minute to take a short little break and we come back here. So do not leave from this place right now. Okay, see you then.